Hi, little curious. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we talk to you about van life, and traveling in France. We are Flo and Henry. We are French. We have been traveling for over 12 years both, and our two children join us in the adventure. We love nature, great landscapes, road trips, and we traveled many countries on the road with our tent. But 2 years ago, after staying in Croatia in tent, the lack of comfort of this mode of travel made us look a little more at caravans, motorhomes, and vans. This idea then started to run through our heads to keep the pleasures of the road trip but with the comfort of an hotel on wheel. A little more comfort than the inflatable mattress in the stand. I don't remember how we ended up watching the YouTube channels of people who were fitting out beautiful vans, but in any case, it clicked. That's what we wanted to do. We looked for a used van for a very long time, but as if we were converting a van, it would be for a very long time, we chose to buy a new van. The energy we were going to put into fitting it outside of our respective jobs wasn't just to fit out a van for a year or two and a few kilometers. We were looking at a long-term project. Time will tell if we were right. At the same time, we booked a trip to Spain between Barcelona and Valencia for Easter 22, just to test a van for real and see if we really like it. Because, let's face it, sometimes between dream and reality, there is great disillusionment. The van we rented was great. We had rented it from a private individual. It was a van made by a manufacturer, and even if we enjoyed staying there, were many things that did not suit us, such as the lack of space. However, we really liked the principle of the van and the road trip, sleeping in different places every day, discovering by having our house with us. So it was in our head, but the van shortage in Europe made it difficult for us. We were looking for a van with few kilometers, and there were almost none, even from the manufacturers. We focused our search on new vehicles, but it was also raw and expensive. We had found a first van that slipped right under our nose, but fortunately, a few weeks later, we found another van, a Citroën jumper, with very little kilometers. Prices were rising from week to week, so we signed very quickly, so as not to suffer even more from the inflation that was starting. It took several weeks for him to arrive home, but that didn't stop us. I'm an architect. My job allows me to imagine interiors. We were so motivated that we started taping the van on the living room floor and thought about the layout. We had a good laugh, and even our son joined in and found him sitting on what would be his bed, reading. So we imagined a van with a large common bed, with a storage chest underneath, storage for shoes, comfortable seats, storage for an electric cooler, a small kitchen with removable water points. We had already planned to put dogs on hold for the future, and for the moment to use removable water canisters to facilitate their filling. In any case, those were the broad outlines we had outlined, all the while knowing that with the arrival of a second child, a new bench and a roof tent would have to be fitted out to accommodate the entire family. So we'd have to start a lot of the development all over again. But like we wanted to live with it in summer 22, we were off to a temporary development. Finally, in June, our van finally arrived, shining like a new penny and empty. Everything had to be done, and it was time for 2 months of intense planning in anticipation of the August holidays. I can tell you that it was sporty, especially since we did the landscaping while taking care of our son and also working full-time on the side. The nights were very short. For the rest, I invite you to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And please give us a little blue thumb up if you liked this first video in English. See you next week. Bye.